Okay. Anyways, thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Susan Sibley. I am the program supervisor for Employabilities for the Inclusive Career Connections program. So I'm going to run you through what we do, how we do it, and possibly I might be jumping through a bunch of stuff. So Employabilities, we're a charitable organization. We've been in business for 48 years, and our mission is to provide specialized services to individuals with disabilities or barriers to employment by creating opportunities for skill development, education, and employment. We are governed by a volunteer board of directors, and our head office is located in Edmonton, and we serve 19 communities across northern Alberta, including St. Albert. So there's a map of all the areas we serve. So Grand Prairie, Coal Lake, Bonnyville, Lac La Biche, Athabasca, Westlock, Barhead, Gunn, St. Paul, Vegreville, St. Albert, as already mentioned, High Level, Fort McMurray, Peace River, High Prairie, Slave Lake, Grand Cache, Jasper, Hinton, Edson, and Whitecourt. So we started our operations in 1972 under the umbrella of the Edmonton Social Services for the Disabled to address issues of employment, transportation, and housing. 3 separate agencies evolved: Alberta Committee of Disabled Citizens, Handicapped Housing as we were known then, and Employment Services for the Physically Disabled. We were incorporated as a registered charity in 1974, and we changed our name to Employabilities in 1993. So we provide services to individuals with disabilities, medical condition, and barriers to employment using a person-centered approach. So a disability on the autism spectrum, learning disability, medical condition, permanent, chronic, lifelong, mental health, anxiety, depression, diabetes, Crohn's disease, colitis, cerebral palsy, the list goes on and on and on. It's all encompassing. So if you come in for services and you aren't sure if you're eligible, we will ask the questions. I had a nice little lady come in and she said, "Oh, I have nothing going on." And I'm like, "Are you on medication?" And she's like, "Well, for my arthritis." Come on in. That would make you eligible. We also provide services to employers. We act as a liaison to encourage employment opportunities as well as assist with human resource issues. So we provide that one-on-one support to the employer. If they're having an issue with a client, they call us, they say, "Hey, we're having an issue, can we talk?" And we provide that service. As well to our clients, we provide 6 months of retention supports. Once they are employed, if they're having an issue with employment, they are to call their employment coach and say, "I'm having a problem, I want to quit." No, don't quit. Let's talk you through this, let's figure it out, let's get you going in the right direction. And we provide services to the community at large, this presentation. So I will go out and do presentations to different community resources when asked to do so and provide them with information on all of our programs. So we are funded federally, provincially, as well as we do some fundraising opportunities. We have a casino, we have special events, investments, and charitable giving. So a lot of our programs, depending on the program, will differentiate in the funding, whether it's federal or provincial. So what is a disability? A disability is defined as a functional limitation or restriction of an individual's ability to perform an activity. It refers to difficulties with daily activities and the reduction in the amount or kind of activities due to physical, mental conditions, or health problems. So how does your disability barrier impact your ability to work? So we look at that list of disabilities, and I've gone through some of these already. Hearing impairments, we do provide ASL interpreters. Spinal cord injuries, brain injuries, back injuries, addictions. People do need to be 6 months clean and sober before they can come into the Inclusive Career Connections program. Fetal alcohol syndrome, blindness, it's all encompassing. So if you have any questions, concerns, you're thinking, "I'm not sure," call us. We'll definitely walk you through that and let you know whether or not your clients are eligible. The language and behaviors we use language that values people. We refer to the person first, followed by the disability if necessary. What's your ability? What have you done? What are you able to do? How can we help you increase your abilities? We focus on their abilities and strengths. we avoid the use of outdated and derogatory terms. I had a medical doctor send me a note, and he indicated the client was mentally retarded, and I was like, well, you must be like 100 years old. We don't use that terminology at all. We have a list of terms that all of our employees get that educates them on the proper terminology. We treat individuals with respect and dignity. We're all the same. We all get dressed, we all brush our hair, brush our teeth, have a shower, have a bath, whatever it is, put our pants on, put our shirt on. Nothing differentiates us, and that disability shouldn't either. So some of the disability statistics: 16.5% of Canadians of working age have one or more disabilities. Disability rates increase with age. Let's hazard a guess why: because we fall apart. 14% of Canadians of working age have pain-related disabilities. 57% identify as mild to moderate. 7% of Canadians of working age had a mental health-related disability, and we can see that that is going to increase. COVID has just brought so much forward in regards to mental health issues. Physical, 28.5%, and mental health are 24.5%, and those are the two primary disability groups receiving services through Employabilities. What we do and how we do it. So we identify specific employment goals. So somebody comes in for an intake, we provide services virtually and in person. What do you as the client want? We will focus on that. Come in, you complete an intake, you get an appointment with an employment coach. The employment coach will talk to you about, what does your resume look like? Does it need to be updated? Let's do that. What does your cover letter look like? When's the last time you had an interview? 5 years ago. Oh, let's do a mock interview with you. You need 3 or 4 mock interviews? We will provide that service. Let's talk about your job targets. Are they realistic, attainable in the Edmonton region? And so then if they are, excellent. If not, we're going to talk about that as well. Now we're going to start getting you to apply for jobs. You apply for jobs, you check in with your employment coach. How's that going? What's happening? How many jobs are you applying to? You get hired, excellent. Now we're going to offer you 6 months of retention supports. We provide on the supports on the job. We help them find a job. We are the backseat driver. The client drives the bus. We make sure they maneuver around the curves and turns appropriately. All Albertans with a disability or medical condition are eligible. For my program, they have to be 18 years of older or older. Doesn't matter how the funding comes. You can be on EI, you can be on income support, AISH, PDD, WCB, mom, dad, grandma can be supporting you. We don't care. Just come on in. Key words here: ready, willing, and able. You need to be ready to work, you need to be willing to work, and you need to be able to work. So when meeting with the employment coach, those are the 3 things we're looking for to make sure the individual is ready, willing, and able to work. So other programs have other eligibility criteria as well. So I'm going to go through these programs. So the Inclusive Career Connections, which I'm the program supervisor for, it's our innovative one-stop information center. We are open for services in person or virtual as indicated. So if anybody wants to come and utilize our resource center, they are welcome to do so. We have computers, we have assistive technology. They can work on their resume, they can apply for jobs, they can photocopy, whatever it is they need to do, they can do it there. We have other community resources available as well. So if they need information on other programs or services in the general community, we have that available for them, and we will find that for them. We've talked already about resume and interviewing skills. We have our job development group that works with our clients one-on-one to help them with their job search as well. So we've partnered with employers. The employers call us and they say, hey, I need to hire 5 people, send me 10 resumes. We go to our client base, tell them about the job, they apply for the position, they get moved up the ladder for that position. So ultimately, those 5 people will more than likely get hired by that employer. We have a lending library, so we can loan out computers if they don't have a computer. They have to be accepted into services. Do you need a phone? We have a phone we can loan you. Do you need a headset? We have that available too. So whatever they need from a technological viewpoint, we can make that available through our lending library. Some of the jobs people have attained through our program: admin assistant, production workers. We have people working at the dollar store, Michael's, Rona, Home Depot, Walmart, Amazon. Lots of opportunities. The Restart Your Career program, it's a 24-week tuition-based program consisting of 230 hours of essential skills training, 230 hours of basic computer training, and 140-hour practicum. We hope at the end of that practicum, the employer will hire these individuals and keep them on full-time. Same thing, supportive job search, many opportunities that these individuals have been hired in and maintain employment. If they are still struggling at the end of the Restart Your Career program, they will flow into the Inclusive Career Connections program if they have a barrier or disability to employment. The Learn to Earn program is our youth program. It is for individuals in the age group of 15 to 30. It's a 22-week program. It consists of 10 weeks of skills training and 12 weeks of work exposure. So the youth can have lack of work skills, medical conditions, mental health issues, disabilities, and permanent injuries, and they are welcome to apply for that program. They get various certifications: computer training, inventory control, food safety, CellSafe, ProServe, WMIS, forklift, customer service, janitorial skills, warehouse essentials, and standard first aid and CPR. And once they complete the program, they get a $750 completion bonus. Steps to Employment. This is our newest program in the Edmonton region. It's skills training and work exposure opportunities to individuals lacking current and relevant work experience to become competitively employed. So people who have been out of the labor market for a number of years, for whatever reason, and they need to re-enter the labor market. This is the program. It is all online. If they don't, they get a computer, and if they don't have internet access, we will provide that for them. So we set them up for success. We ensure that they are set up successfully, that they can participate on this online program and get that job. There's also a work exposure component. So once they are hired by the employer, we do provide subsidies for the employer. They work one-on-one with an employment facilitator. It's a little slower paced program because a lot of times when you haven't been employed for a number of years, you need to get yourself back on track. Get yourself up in the morning, make sure you're at that computer, make sure you're ready to go. So we make sure that they are set up for success. Employabilities for newcomers. Canadian labor market preparation for newcomers with disabilities. So the newcomers with disabilities includes permanent residents, refugees, and protected persons. Canadian citizens and non-permanent residents are not eligible. Supports include one-to-one and group skills training sessions, resume skill and cover letter development, interview skills, and job search assistance. So it's educating these Canadian newcomers what the Canadian labor market looks like and what the expectation is in the Canadian workforce. So we're preparing them for that. The Strive for Work program is based out of St. Albert, and even though you're not living in St. Albert, if you can get yourself to the program, you can certainly participate. It's an 18-week program. It's 8 weeks of instruction and 10 weeks of paid work experience. Again, various certifications: computer training, food safety, WMIS, first aid, and CPR. Eligible participants: individuals with disabilities living in the St. Albert area, or if you can get yourself there, you're eligible. You cannot be eligible or in receipt of EI, and you need to be eligible to work in Canada. So are there any questions?